Hey, good afternoon. It's Thursday. I got it right today. How's it going, everybody? Back for a 2 p.m. with the trigger on a Thursday. Sunny in DC today. We're going to hit record temperatures today, maybe 80 degrees in Washington, DC. Spring is coming so early, there's buds popping up already. All right. The good, the good buds. Just so we're clear here. Welcome back again. We're always here every day to help you shine on camera, shine on stage, and learn media savvy skills. And it's all about you and your brand. It's all about helping you and your messaging to get bigger and bigger and stronger and clearer so you get more likes, more fans, more followers, and more opportunities to get on the stages that you want to. We're specifically talking about an amazing summit coming up, and it's going to be Beyonf Trauma Summit coming up the 6th through the 10th. I'll be hosting again and working with Market Appeal to bring this event live streaming, and it's a wonderful, wonderful live show. You know what? When we experience trauma, we can divide or maybe develop bad behaviors. We kind of split our life up. We have different things going on. Some of it is hard to face. Some of us dismiss it. Some of us just ignore it altogether. We're going to have up to 14 different presenters that will be answering the question, how can you move beyond trauma for a better life? Today, Deb Porter is on a mission to Mr. Rogers of the world throughout teaching and practicing confidential, compassionate listening. To that end, she has created the Hold Hearing Out Life Drama. Hold is a confidential listening service of offering, helping others to have a safe space and to be able to get better understanding one another. She works with families, friends, coworkers, and she works to help them get through their problems and actually hold listeners and helping. She's going to explain it all way better than I can right here. But the idea of listening and active listening is so important. Welcome to the stage right now, Deb Porter. Great to have you with us, Deb.
Rich, thank you so much. Hello. It's good to see you.
Good, great to see you. And again, we're coming up on the Beyonf Trauma Summit. And again, the idea of active listening is so hard for us. When you hear people in pain, when you hear people suffering, the first thing you want to do is go fix. You're coming from an area of let's listen first, I'm guessing, right?
Absolutely. The interesting thing, and if I could teach the world just one thing, it would be this. So often people will start and they'll go, bada, 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 and I don't know what to do. And I don't know what to do. And we immediately jump in and we fix. And instead, if we would simply sit and ask the question, were you looking for a solution right now, or did you just need to be heard? If we could just do that, we would make a huge impact.
So there's also an element, and I know I'm going to bring your talk title up here. At least I think it's the running title right now. But there's something about drama in all this. And I know there are people that love drama. Now, trauma's real. I'm not going to discount it all, but there's others. Are you also talking about the fact some of us relish it, live it, and hang on to it? It's kind of our badge of honor. Is that partly where you also want to speak to a little bit?
So I'm really interested in making sure everyone knows that trauma is very different than drama. If you've experienced trauma in your life, you need a therapist. You need to go and work that out with somebody. But even after you've worked that all the way through, we still have life drama that happens every so often. We get into conflict with people. Even if we've resolved the trauma, we still have drama. And so making sure that we understand the difference between the two is really important so that you get the right help. Sometimes, if it's drama, all you need is just to be heard, just to be listened to, and you're able to release it and move on. That's what I help people do every day. But trauma is different, and so I'm really going to be bringing that to light in the summit so that people can understand how to move beyond it, which is what the whole conference is about. How do we move beyond trauma and get back to a life of joy?
So I've been watching reruns of The Big Bang Theory. I'm going to take on a humorous sidestep here to maybe see where we go with this. But one of the characters, Howard, went to the International Space Station. And when he came back from the stage space, it was a life-changing experience. But after several episodes of him keep bringing it up and bringing it up and bringing it up, people were like, shut up, go away. They began ignoring him. Do we somewhat do that with trauma, that we become that point where, yes, we know it's real, but it also becomes a point of every conversation? How do we handle that where it's just a never-ending loop?
Yeah, the title of my talk is actually The Power of Choice, and my intention is to bring to light how we can use our intention, our decision, our mind to move beyond that in order to make a change in our life, so that we're not doing exactly what you just described Howard doing, right? Where he's talking about it over and over, but realizing this was an important experience in my life. It brought me joy. And what's next? What else is there out there for me that I can ultimately, obviously for him, that was a pivotal moment, and that's never going to be diminished, but there's more. There's more.
What are maybe a couple simple tips here without giving your whole talk away? But what are some things that people listening in will realize? I've got a friend, I got a family member, they're hurting, and they really, it's like you're all thumbs. You don't know what to say, if you should speak, when to speak, how much to listen. Can you give us some tips on maybe just how to get through some of that early emotion of it all?
I really think it's important to watch body language. It's a really key component when we're listening to pick up on that. And I think so often as children, we're told listen, but we're not taught how. And so really taking a moment, if somebody has a moment to go to the website and go to the blog post, we have the core of listening on the blog post, and they can read about centering, understanding how to get an outcome set up in a conversation, how to relate, and how to empathize. That's what CORE stands for. So you can read about all of that on the blog post, and I recommend if people are wanting to go deeper, they go there and find out more.
And I see the chat box has opened up, the power of choice. Leslie, thank you, Les, for adding in here today. Yeah, we do want you to chime in, ask questions, be a part of the conversation here. I don't think people really understand the power of choice, though, when it comes to this, because it is shock and awe. We're caught off guard. We're in a room full of people, and we're all aware of it, but no one knows what to do next. That choice, we do have a choice to do something or
Yes.
to do nothing, because it may not be the right place in the right time, right?
Exactly. If you're a listener, what you want to do is make sure that you've created a safe space for that person that you're listening to. If you're in a public space, it's probably not a good idea to engage further. You want to make sure that you create safety for them by saying, let's have a coffee. Let's come to my home. A safe place where if they want to talk about the trauma, where they actually can speak about it in a place that is comfortable and is safe. I think that a lot of times people jump in a little too soon, and if they just take a moment and really hit the pause button to really dig deeper, it works better.
Well, the other thing, as you talk about safety there for a minute, yes, we're thinking about the safety of the environment, the setting, the room, whatever, for the person experiencing the trauma. I also work with people. It's important to also have you, the one who wants to help. You need to be in a safe environment where you know that you're safe as well, because sometimes you don't know where the conversation is going to go. You don't know where the emotion, the angst. So the safety really goes on both sides, doesn't it?
It does, 100%. But if you're a listener, I would hope that you're looking out for the other person too. So I think it's both ways. So ultimately, if you're the one speaking, you're probably not going to put yourself, hopefully, in a place. But if your friend asks a question and you're like, oh, I should tell them, right? How are you doing? Well, you want to make sure you're choosing your time.
We were talking yesterday here on 2 p.m. and we got talking about that boundary line. Sometimes we just want to dive in and we just want to go help. And sometimes the boundary is, like you said, pump your brakes and let it work organically, work more naturally. But sometimes we just go full throttle and their shields go up like, wait, I wanted to talk, but it's like overwhelming for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
is there a boundary? Isn't it almost like a dance? You're trying to figure out how to do this in a way that's helpful, gentle, supportive. There's many layers to this, aren't there?
There absolutely are. It's very layered. Relationships are complex. It's really, really complex. And the best thing that you can do is to have compassion when somebody has experienced trauma and they're looking for help from you. Start with compassion. I always tell my listeners when I teach my listeners, this is the most important thing. Start from where they are. Start from where they are, wherever that is.
This is the Beyonf Trauma Summit coming up the 6th or the 10th. Here's a QR code for you. You can register. You can join us. Interesting enough, we're talking about the beyond side, because some people are trapped in the trauma, which is a very common conversation. But we're also saying there is hope on the other side.
Yes.
Sometimes that's just as awkward for people after they go through it. And now they're like reflecting back. They're able to laugh for the first time. They're able to talk about it. Are there any tips you have for us there when it comes to listening and they make the switch to the other side?
Suddenly you're an entirely different person, and people around you have to adjust because they don't know what to do with a happy person. They're like, whoa, what changed? And so that's an adjustment too. It's something that it's just another part of the dance. It's another extension of the dance. But it is what I want listeners to know most is that it's possible. It's possible to get there. Having gone through it, I want to extend that that hand. I want to hold up the light so that people know you can get through trauma. I've done it. You can too, and there's hope.
Well, and if you want to learn more about Deb, be sure to check out LinkedIn, her email, connect with her, ask about her. Now, we're also talking about during the summer, we want to make sure they have actual tools. But so are you going to have a PDF, a booklet, a go-to, and help? What are you going to have to help say, besides hearing great content, you got to walk away with something to help you out for the future?
Yeah, I'm actually doing another training. And so people that attend the Beyonf Trauma Summit will have the opportunity to get a huge discount and attend that on April 1st. So that's what I'm really offering. It'll be, instead of just the very short 30 minutes, the 20 minutes that I'll speak, and then the time for Q&A, this will be an extended time with me, a full hour to really go deeper. So,
final question before I let you go here today, but for those of us that have put our foot in our mouth, when it comes to, we try to listen, we try to do it, there is that moment where you may blunder, and everyone does it. What's the advice for the person that's got the right heart in the right place, but foot and mouth disease is there too? What sort of tips do you have for that?
my best advice for that is simply be honest and say, maybe I wasn't helpful to you right now. I intended to be. And if I made a mistake here, I'm sorry. Let me know how I can do better. And just invite the other person back into the conversation.
Deb Porter, great to have you here. And again, we're going to have you back for the summit as well. And again, hold hearing out life drama. She's all about getting rid of the drama, helping you listen better, help people better. Come and join us at the summit. Deb, thanks for being with us here today.
Thanks, Rich. Have a great day.
Now, that summit is going to be coming up on the 6th through the 10th. It's going to be a wonderful action-packed summit. I'm going to put that QR code back up here again. There is going to be, it's all live. This is not pre-recorded and things like that. This is all going to be live, interactive. It will be via Zoom. It will be an interactive Zoom community type thing. We're going to have the live presenters. We're going to have live panels. We're going to have videos for replays. You're going to have a digital book, by the way. This book is a compilation of material that each speaker is bringing in. It will include material that comes out of the summit. So it's being created while the summit's going on. And here's the thing. We're doing a special price of only $25 for this. We're doing a half price deal right now. So you hit the QR code. You can learn more about it, get involved, and join us. And I see, Shannon Peel, who is the creator of this event, that I get the pleasure of working with and rubbing shoulders and hanging out with on this. It is great. It is going to be a great event. And this is just one of the guests we're going to have popping up here over the next several days. Next week, we're going to have more of the speakers. Shannon will be appearing somewhere along here as we can highlight the whole global aspect. And we already have another summit we're working on to come up after that as well. So these are highly engaging, highly informative. You're not just going to get talking heads. You're going to get material to take away to help you. Because let's face it, we all know someone going through trauma. We all know we may have gone through trauma. The more resources, the more help, the more tips, the better it's going to be for us to be able to move forward. So join us Monday through Friday again, 10 until 2. We're going to have more guests will be appearing here on 2 p.m. with the Trigger. Coming up tonight, though, we also I do want to invite you, if you want to learn how to be a better speaker, learn practical tips, we have open mic. It's on Meetup. We go live tonight from 6 until 7. Go to the Silver Spring, that's in Maryland, Meetup group for open mic. It'll be me. And we'll come have a great time tonight. And it's very interactive, lots of fun. You don't want to miss out on that. That's going to do it for 2 p.m. with the Trigger here today. We hope to have you join us at the Beyonf Trauma Summit coming up very, very soon. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow at